The company that runs the Pleasance Power Station has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, citing more than $70 million in debt. Ominous Pleasance filed the paperwork yesterday in a Delaware bankruptcy court. In a sworn declaration, the company's CEO accuses former ownership of fraud, claiming millions of dollars meant for the plant were instead funneled into a hydrogen technology project that never panned out, including the misuse of a $50 million loan from the West Virginia Economic Development Authority. The declaration also claims coal supplies at the plant ran dangerously low under prior leadership, at one point down to less than 5 hours worth of fuel. The filing describes an ongoing fight for control of the plant. Former management is accused of trying to retake the company and threatening to force their way onto the property earlier this month. The company says the plant itself remains a profitable, valuable asset, and that bankruptcy will let it sell the facility to a new owner, free of that debt and the ownership dispute. A first hearing in the case is set for Wednesday. Victor